Hello, I'm Bill Munns. I'm a member of the New Diversity and Inclusion Committee. And my study of scripture has affirmed to me over and over again that Jesus reached across social, racial, and cultural boundaries through his words and his deeds and actions in order to touch everyone with the proclamation of the gospel. And I think it's important that as individual followers of Jesus, as well as a congregation, that we try to be as intentional as we can in our efforts to be open to other people. First congregation that I served and the last were both very diverse racially and culturally. And one of the gifts of ministering in those congregations is I became particularly aware of some of the limitations and the prejudices faced by many people in those congregations that were never part of my experience. I heard many heartfelt stories about hardships which they endured as a result of discrimination. And so I wanted to work on this committee because I think that the ethical teachings we hear from Jesus are encouraging all of us to continue to grow in our understanding of many issues related to diversity and inclusion in our own time. Jesus sets a bar of acceptance and love of neighbor. It's one that all of us may work together toward reaching those goals.
My name is Paula Campagna, and my personal pronouns are she and her. I've only been a member of Calvary for maybe a little more than 2 years. And one of the reasons that I was drawn here to Calvary was because I sensed Calvary's commitment to social justice issues as a response to the gospel message. And I am very grateful to be part of this diversity and inclusion team. Personally, from a very early age, I've had a very keen interest in social justice and what was fair. Okay. I grew up around a lot of prejudice, and that never seemed right to me. And one of my earliest memories was I couldn't have been more than 10, and we were at a family function, and I remember being reprimanded by my aunts because I shared that Black and white people were equal, and they should be allowed to marry each other, without any prejudice. Over the years, I have met many gay people, had gay friends who had been hurt deeply, especially by the church. And just several years ago, my own niece came out as a lesbian, and I was really appalled at the hostility that she encountered, both from members of my own family and her church. And I remember thinking at that time, I was wondering, how can a person love God when they're told that that very same God considers them an abomination or sinful? My background, I've had a lot of religious education. I spent 12 years at Catholic school. I had formal training at a Lutheran seminary. I've taken multiple college courses on God, scripture, and world religions. And what I've seen taught and even preached is not often, in my opinion, lived out in any kind of a real way that actually helps oppress people. And I've seen and heard from so many people who've been hurt, people who've been made to feel unwelcome and even condemned by the very God who, in my personal life, my opinion, I have always felt nothing but love and grace from. And that really bothers me. And I always knew that that could not have been God, that was people making other people feel that way. And I have to say, gratefully, that my faith in God has never been in question. But my faith in people, especially over the last several years, has taken a hit. I want to be part of a group that really does believe that all people were created in the image of God and that Jesus does not have favorites, and that all people are welcome and treated with equity and respect, not just at the altar table, but in every corner of our world. And my hopes for this diversity and inclusion team is that maybe we can help shine a light inward in ourselves on the things that we may need to change about ourselves. And then I hope to be able to empower us and the people that we meet to speak out when we can, wherever we can, and whenever we witness that sin of oppression in any form. I hope our team can show that diversity is to be celebrated, because diversity makes each one of us better, you know, and that I want to be part of an agent. I want to be that agent of change for any person who has ears to hear the message. You know, you asked why it's important to us. It's important to me because my heart breaks over the damage that has been caused to people of color, the LGBTQ community, and so many others. I want to be a part of that healing process. And selfishly, by participating in a constructive way, I really hope to fully reclaim my love for people. Thank you.